against the terrific defensive line for Miami. This game could well be won in the trenches. Carr rolls out, throws, and it's broken up.
A touch late, which allowed Keionte Scott to use that length to bat the ball away and set up a 3rd and long.
1st and goal from inside the 1. Love stopped short of the goal line. On what's going to be the last play of the quarter, Jacoby Thomas. After this message and a word from our ABC stations.
On that second level, number 1 can really fly around.
These second down plays become crucial because you got to stay out of 3rd and long, but another run goes nowhere. Ahmad Moten. Quick pitch to the perimeter. Brown weaves his way for a nice gain, so they want to go for it again on 4th down. They got a shot here.
Pittman in motion. Chroma has the handoff, tries to bounce it, loses the football, and Miami has a second takeaway tonight. Usman Chroma was dancing around there, was knocked loose, and Keionte Scott.
Castellanos in the Seminoles offense, ball just gets away from his body. See the hand there, good job of just being able to knock that away by Poyser, the safety, who's really coming off a great game last week. See his left hand right there on the football, strips it, and then look at all those white jerseys, and Scott ends up jumping on it. And now you give the ball right back to Miami.
Because they flip that around, what you were just saying, now it's Miami near midfield.
Made.
So the Noles get 15 yards added and will begin this drive in Miami territory. Holly, so another 4th down conversion. This time pressure comes on 1st down. Castellanos across the middle, broken up. Keionte Scott.
Moss to the air, in trouble on 2nd down and sacked back at the 41. Keionte Scott, and that's the first negative play of the game for either team.
But Corey Heatherman's been waiting to dial it up. Keionte Scott, watch him hide right here behind Ruben Bain, and it's going to open right up. Blown protection, a Louisville offensive line. If they're able to negate the takeaway from the Louisville defense. Ruben Bain, bottom of your screen.
And it's a screen over the middle, and Bain makes the tackle on Lacey at the 30-yard line. Great play. Let's see if they run the ball and just try to take time off the clock. Isaac Brown fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Poyser, and he's tackled inside the 15. The Canes are alive.
With the shoulder and the helmet right on the football. Bang! Ball comes out. Poyser's on top. Thought he might be able to scoop and score. That's excellent effort by Lacey just to get him on the ground. And just when it felt like the life had...
Louisville trying to snap it with about 6 seconds on the play clock. Great play in the backfield by Keionte Scott, who's had a tremendous day. That's a loss of about 3.
Well, 0 Keionte Scott. I mean, just setting edges. And sawing down running backs, working outside the block of 85. The tight end goes low, gets a huge tackle for loss.
It will be here. Will the Canes be in it? That's the question. On 1st and 10, Cole Tabb stopped up by Keionte Scott. SMU dropping a close game at Wake Forest. And we're underway. Keelan Marion, one of the top kick returners in the country a season ago, takes it out to the 31-yard.
But the tempo is something different, and this is going to be a big 4th down coming off of a situation on a dead ball.
They fumble it, put it on the ground, and the Hurricanes able to recover. R.J. Maryland couldn't squeeze the handoff, and the Hurricanes will have 1st and 10 coming back the other way. One more look.
R.J. Maryland, not accustomed to taking a handoff, doesn't have the pocket right, reaching for the football. It's just bad technique by the tight end.
2nd and 5. Jennings hands it off to Harden. Nowhere to go that time. A big surge by that Miami front. Moten, Blay. They run it into the boundary, short side of the field. That was Chris Johnson.
Keionte Scott, the nickel, showed blitz just a second ago.
Here he comes. Got to Jennings and sacked him back at the 38-yard line. As you pointed out, Roddy, Keionte Scott with a little over a minute to go. Jennings broken up at the 33-yard line by Keionte Scott, intended for Hudson.
This game surprisingly scoreless into the second quarter. Ricky Collins on a rollout. He's going to tuck it under and get to the sideline. He's actually brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Malachi Tony was a quarterback until he was 13 years old, and then switched to wide receiver, become one of the most dangerous prep athletes in the country.
Nothing on first down. Darius Johnson. That shot right over his shoulder. Third down, interception touched. Keionte Scott looking for the pylon. It's a pick six. And a pose.
You're seeing here, it's a cover 2 look. They're going to drop a safety down, drop him out, and they're just going to play 4 under 3 deep. And you're going to see Keionte Scott right down the hatch, just backing straight up. They're trying to hit Darrell Gill Jr. on that in cut. He never sees Keionte Scott just sitting there right in the throwing window. He just has to catch it and then just turn into an athlete after the catch. That's great pre-snap disguise. Good pass rush up front. Ricky Collins is never able to see Keionte Scott dropping underneath that in cut coming inside. Makes a critical error, and Keionte Scott, who we just talked about a little while ago, was one of the most versatile and productive players on this defense.
To be offered that job. Jet sweep. Trying to turn the corner. And not finding a ton of room is Davion Kerr. And Lewis, you mentioned this with him.